Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
Kai sat on his threadbare couch, idly flipping through channels on his outdated television set. The humming of his refrigerator in the background resonated with the monotony of his life. A life confined to the small apartment, filled with overdue bills, forgotten ambitions, and the remnants of a relationship that had fizzled out far too quickly. As the screen flickered, a vibrant commercial abruptly grabbed his attention. Are you tired of the mundane? Ready to spice up your love life? Join us on Intergalactic Matchup, the hottest game show in the cosmos. The exuberant voice of the animated host echoed. Colorful graphics and footage of contestants in bizarre alien costumes danced across the screen, showcasing laughter, excitement, and an array of alien beauties. Kai leaned forward. This was just the absurdity he needed. But as they continued to showcase alien women from various planets, his heart raced with both excitement and disbelief. Did they really think someone like him stood a chance in a competition like this? Would anyone even find him interesting? This is my ticket out, he muttered to himself, feeling an odd sense of determination rising within. If he could step out of his mundane existence into a realm of adventure, maybe even love, why not take the plunge? The screen shifted to dazzling images of past winners, couples celebrating their interspecies unions. Sign up now for a chance to win your very own alien spouse. Love knows no boundaries. With a deep breath, he grabbed his phone. What did he have to lose? As the days rolled by, Kai found himself nervously preparing for the show, scouring the internet for tutorials on how to impress an alien. Would they understand his terrible jokes? Did he need to brush up on intergalactic etiquette? He even attempted to understand some basic alien languages, discovering that humor was often the same, regardless of species. The day of the audition arrived. Kai stood in a long line with fellow contestants, each adding to the surreal nature of the moment. The air was filled with nervous laughter and occasional shouts, punctuated by the bright lights of the production studio. He found himself next to a tall woman dressed in intricate, shimmering fabrics that seemed to shift colors in the light. "Hey, you excited?" she asked, her eyes sparkling. "Terrified," Kai confessed with a chuckle. "You? Thrilled. I mean, who wouldn't want to snag an alien? It's like winning a lottery for love." She smiled, her enthusiasm infectious. At that moment, an overenthusiastic producer came into view, rallying the contestants. "All right, hands in the air. Who's ready to fall in love with the unknown?" Kai raised his hand, feeling a mix of exhilaration and fear. As he practiced his smile in the mirror door nearby, he couldn't shake off the feeling that this was just the beginning, a gateway into a whirlwind that would change his life forever. The atmosphere inside the production studio crackled with electricity as Kai stood in line, anxiously waiting for the audition to begin. The colorful set was a blend of Earth-inspired decorations and outlandish alien motifs, all designed to evoke excitement. Contestants mingled, each one more eccentric than the last, donning costumes inspired by every possible alien stereotype imaginable. As he approached the audition stage, Kai's heart pounded in his chest. The producer, a boisterous man with a penchant for dramatic flair, called contestants up one by one. The sound of the audience, who were likely alien spectators, buzzed with anticipation, leaving Kai both thrilled and intimidated. "Next up, Kai." The producer motioned for him to step onto the stage. Kai took a deep breath and stepped forward, forcing a confident smile. Bright lights washed over him, and he squinted to see the judges seated in front of him. 3 striking alien women who were effortlessly beautiful, radiating an aura of intrigue that made them seem almost otherworldly. "Tell us why you're here, Kai," the producer urged, grinning widely. "Oh, well, I guess because I want to break out of my ordinary life and try something extraordinary." The words tumbled out awkwardly but genuine. "I mean, it's not every day you have a chance to meet someone from another planet." The judges exchanged glances, a flicker of amusement in their eyes. They seemed intrigued, at least. "Let's see if you're up for the challenge, shall we?" One of the judges, a woman with shimmering green skin and delicate features, smiled warmly. "Welcome to Intergalactic Matchup. Let's start with a little game." The audience clapped enthusiastically as the producer explained the rules for a quirky icebreaker game where each contestant had to impersonate an alien species they'd seen in the promotional ads. Kai's mind raced. If he applied logic, he should draw from the sci-fi films he had seen. But instead, he decided to embrace absurdity, channeling the bizarre and vibrant caricatures of aliens he'd often captured in his sketches. He pretended to be a bulbous, glittery alien, hopping around and making strangely pitched noises. The audience erupted in laughter, and for the first time, he felt a sense of belonging, a taste of acceptance. The judges leaned forward, amused, with the blue-skinned woman whispering something to one of her companions. A subtle yet encouraging nod came from her. "All right, great effort." The producer grinned, clapping his hands. "Now, let's hear from our alien judges. What do you think of our contestant?" The second judge, a fierce woman with strong armor-like scales, spoke up, her voice deep and commanding. "You brought humor to this competition, which is essential among my people. A good sense of humor can bridge any gap." The third judge, a bright blue alien with large expressive eyes, smiled and added, "Humor is universally appreciated. I can see you're eager and adaptable. Those traits will serve you well in our challenges." As the audition concluded, the producer proclaimed, "You're through to the next round, Kai." To his surprise, the mixture of relief and excitement washed over him. He knew he had taken the first step toward adventure and something potentially beautiful. Back in the waiting area, contestants congratulated one another, and the energy was infectious. In just days, he would be thrown into a whirlwind of challenges, laughter, and perhaps love. As Kai exited the stage, he spotted a stunning figure with hair and piercing eyes, reflecting confidence. She wore an intricately designed outfit that spoke volumes of her heritage. Could it be one of his potential partners? She turned and noticed him looking. A warm smile spread across her lips, inviting but also mysterious. "Nice performance out there," she said, with a hint of admiration. "I'm Aiko." "Thanks. I'm Kai," he replied, feeling a flutter of excitement mixed with nervousness. "So, are you ready to meet some women from other worlds?" she teased lightly. "More than ready," he shot back, returning her smile. The prospect of exploring both the galaxy and the deeper bonds between them made his heart race. As they exchanged ideas about their hopes and expectations from the show, Kai felt a spark of connection, one that went beyond the game, hinting at friendships that might spark deeper relationships. Little did he know that this was just the beginning of a roller coaster ride of encounters that would challenge everything he understood about love and connection. Days passed, and excitement bubbled in Kai's chest as the competition officially kicked off. He met the other contestants for the first time, a motley crew of hopefuls that included humans and aliens alike. The atmosphere was charged with a vibrant energy, as everyone prepared for the unusual challenges ahead. As the contestants gathered in the spacious arena, the producer showered them with encouragement. "Welcome to the first task, a chance to impress our lovely alien judges. Today's focus is on demonstrating your knowledge of interspecies culture. Each of you will present something from your own world that highlights what makes your culture unique." Kai felt a rush of anxiety mingle with exhilaration. He had a plethora of ideas racing through his mind, some creative, some downright silly. But what aspect of his culture would truly connect with the alien judges? One by one, contestants began their presentations. A woman painted a vivid mural depicting humans' love for music, while another demonstrated a traditional dance that celebrated the beauty of Earth's forests. The audience engaged enthusiastically, and the judges took careful notes. When it was finally Kai's turn, he stepped forward, trying to project confidence. "Hello, everyone. My name is Kai, and what I'm going to show you today is Earth's universal gesture of peace and friendship." He pulled out a simple origami crane, intricately folded and delicate in its design. The preparation felt intuitive, having learned this craft from his grandmother. In many cultures, the crane symbolizes hope and peace, he explained. In Japan, for example, it's said that folding 1,000 cranes grants you a wish. This symbolizes our desire for understanding between worlds. Everyone watched in awe as he gracefully folded paper, the crane coming to life in his hands. He recounted a touching story of his grandmother and her belief in connection across cultures. The audience erupted in applause, and he caught sight of Aiko clapping enthusiastically, her eyes shining. Kai felt a warm flush of pride as the judges nodded appreciatively. "Thank you, Kai. Bringing the essence of peace is an excellent choice," said the blue-skinned judge, Aiko's beauty seemingly magnified by her approval. "You've demonstrated openness and a wish for connection. Very admirable." The competition proceeded, revealing more unique presentations. As the atmosphere lightened, the contestants teased each other in friendly banter, forging budding friendships that brightened the challenge. Once the presentations were completed, the producer stepped forward. "Now for the twist. You've all impressed our judges, but they want to see how well you connect. Forged bonds mean everything in interspecies relationships. The next challenge is to pair off with one of our lovely alien women and face a teamwork obstacle course." Excitement buzzed in the air. As the contestants mingled, Kai felt a rush of adrenaline. He sidled up next to Aiko, his heart racing. "So, what do you think? Want to tackle the obstacle course together?" Aiko laughed lightly, her expression radiant. "I would love to. You're doing really well. Your presentation impressed everyone." "Thanks. Let's see if we can make some magic happen in the course," Kai responded, feeling a growing excitement. The paired contestants lined up at the start of the obstacle course, marked by vibrant flags and dynamic challenges. It involved everything, from carrying each other across treacherous terrain to navigating mazes filled with odd alien decorations. As they advanced through the initial challenges, Kai and Aiko learned to communicate instinctively, their natural chemistry blossoming under pressure. Aiko showcased her physical agility, each leap and bound showcasing the strength of her alien heritage. In turn, Kai relied on his fact-finding skills, relying on creative solutions to tackle obstacles. When they faced a wall of towering alien plants, he suggested using the foliage to craft a quick climb, utilizing teamwork to scale the challenging terrain. As they reached the finish line, breathless and laughing, they found themselves wrapped up in a moment of victory. Instinctively, Aiko grabbed Kai's hand, their fingers intertwining. The thrill of accomplishment sent a rush of energy coursing through them, and the two shared a teasing smile. An unspoken connection formed in that exhilarating moment. With the challenge concluded, the producer monitored the contestants closely. "You've all done splendidly. Keep nurturing those connections. They'll be vital as we progress. Each interaction matters in our world." As the day wound down, Kai felt lighter, buoyed by the affection growing between him and Aiko. But in the back of his mind, a thought lingered. What about the other two contestants, Nalini and Min? How would they fit into this budding relationship? As the night draped a blanket of stars over the studio, he knew that the roller coaster of emotions and challenges had truly just begun. The journey toward love was never going to be simple, but perhaps that's what made it all the more exciting. The competition accelerated over the following days, transforming the studio into a vibrant hub of laughter and camaraderie. Kai settled into a comforting routine. Mornings were filled with challenges, and nights buzzed with shared stories and budding friendships. Each day, the bond between Kai and Aiko blossomed, but he couldn't shake the nagging feeling of competition. As the contestants prepared for the next challenge, a looming twist added an air of tension. The producer gathered all participants in front of a massive screen, displaying cryptic videos of past contestants, forming loving unions through trials and tribulations. "Today's challenge will focus on vulnerability and communication," he announced dramatically. "Each of you will spend time with one of our esteemed alien women, engaging in a heart-to-heart session where honesty is key." Kai felt a rush of anxiety. This was new territory, and he wasn't sure what to expect. He noticed his fellow contestants casting nervous glances at one another, each grappling with the pressures of emotional exposure. When the pairings were assigned, Kai found himself matched with Nalini, a radiant alien whose grace exuded strength. He hoped their conversation would delve into meaningful territory. Yet, a pang of guilt echoed in his chest. With Aiko, he had shared profound experiences and laughter, but would that bond hold against the emerging connection with Nalini? As they settled into a cozy corner of the studio, Nalini perched elegantly on a cushion, her eyes thoughtful yet warm. "Kai, I know this competition can feel overwhelming, but I'm curious, what drives you to find love in the stars?" Kai inhaled deeply. "Honestly, I've always felt like I was meant for something beyond my ordinary life. After a tough breakup, I wanted to escape my comfort zone. And this feels like a chance to redefine what love means. Nalini nodded, her expression softening. Your openness is admirable. On my planet, connection is sacred. We believe that love can heal and fortify our souls. I believe that's something we might share. The conversation flowed naturally, weaving between laughter and shared hopes, unraveling layers of vulnerability. As they exchanged stories about past relationships, moments of heartache, and dreams, Kai began to feel the warmth of a genuine bond. Just as they reached a pleasant culmination in their conversation, the producer called the contestants back. All right, time to showcase your connections. Each pair will share an insight gathered from their heart-to-heart discussions. Kai's heart raced once again. He was excited to present, but sharing so much felt terrifying. When his turn approached, he and Nalini took the stage, and he felt Aiko's watchful gaze in the audience. Today, we explored the essence of connection, he started, glancing at Nalini, whose presence steadying him. And we discovered that love is about understanding and healing together, something we both aspire to. When they finished, applause erupted, but Kai's heart felt heavy. Aiko approached them with a smile, trying to mask her disappointment. It sounded amazing, you two. Great job. Thank you. Kai replied, but he could sense the tension. It was illuminating, getting to know each other on a deeper level. Aiko nodded, but Kai noticed her brow furrowed as she walked away. That night, he found himself wrestling with uncertainty. He cared for Aiko, yet Nalini's wisdom enriched him in unexpected ways. Over dinner that evening, the contestants chatted around a long table adorned with intergalactic delicacies. Kai felt torn, trying to navigate the shifting dynamics with Aiko and Nalini. Looking strong out there, Kai. Min chimed in, playfully nudging him. He grinned, grateful for the lightheartedness amidst the tension. Your turn will come soon. Make sure to break some hearts, Nalini teased, which elicited laughter from the group. Kai smiled but felt the weight of the growing connections once more. That night, as he lay in his bunk, memories of Aiko and Nalini twisted together. Would it be possible to connect deeply with more than one person? Did love really know no bounds? When he drifted into sleep, visions of interstellar journeys danced in his dreams, a fusion of laughter mixed with the warmth of affection. The challenges they faced were honing not only their abilities, but also their understanding of each other. The producers had promised that the next challenge would dig deeper. He could only hope the bonds forming amidst the silliness would withstand the trials ahead. The following day dawned bright and vibrant, yet an air of apprehension lingered amongst the contestants as they gathered for the next challenge. Clusters of bright lights illuminated the studio, pushing away remnants of sleep, but they also amplified the nervous energy in the air. The producer clapped his hands to rally everyone's attention. Today, we're taking things up a notch. This challenge is called the Great Choice. Each of you will face a selection that tests your values, priorities, and how well you understand your alien partners. Get ready to make some significant decisions. Kai felt his heart race at the vague undertones of the producer's words. What decisions would they have to make? Would he be forced to choose between Aiko and Nalini, the two women who ignited his spirit in different ways? He could only hope there was more to it than that. They marched out to a large field, surrounded by a series of colorful stations. Each station showcased different challenges, all designed to evaluate how well they understood their alien partners' values. The looming producer split them into pairs once more, but this time it was a surprise. Aiko, you will be paired with Kai, the producer exclaimed, and Kai felt a swell of excitement and relief. Nalini was paired with another contestant, a tall man who had been somewhat distant from the group. Though he felt a pang of disappointment, he brushed it aside. For now, his focus was Aiko. Let's make the most of this, Aiko said, beaming as they approached the first station labeled Cultural Empathy. They were tasked with answering a series of questions about each other's backgrounds, about family traditions, grievances, and the essence of what made them who they were. As they exchanged answers, Kai found himself enchanted by Aiko's stories. She spoke of her home planet's creation legends, how love was born from the hearts of the stars. Kai recounted personal anecdotes from Earth and shared why he valued relationships with his family, his connection to nature, and his desire for personal growth. Your culture is beautifully rich. It makes me curious how much we could learn from each other, Aiko said, her enthusiasm lighting up her eyes. At the next station, Team Dynamics, they tackled a physical challenge involving navigating an obstacle course together while blindfolded. Aiko's laughter rang in his ears as they bumped into each other, steering each other toward success. Left. No, right. Kai shouted through laughter as they stumbled and corrected one another's paths. Their chemistry felt electric, a synergy they hadn't quite experienced before. After the last obstacle was conquered, Kai and Aiko celebrated their success, overwhelmed with exhilaration. We did it. Aiko cheered, and they shared a spontaneous high five, but there was a lingering tension, something unsaid but palpable between them. When the final station unfolded, the ultimate choice, Kai felt the thrill of apprehension. The concept was seemingly simple. Both partners had to choose between two paths that symbolized differing values. Each signpost presented different outcomes for a romantic relationship. One path led to a tranquil forest environment, symbolizing stability, and the other led to a vibrant yet chaotic carnival atmosphere, symbolizing excitement and spontaneity. Kai glanced at Aiko, his heart pounding. What do you think? Which one resonates with you? He asked, hoping to gauge her feelings and inclinations. Well, both have their allure, she mused thoughtfully, but I believe a strong foundation creates a safe space for adventure. So, as much as I love a carnival, I lean toward the forest. Kai's heart leapt. Me too. Connection should be built on trust, and stability allows the room for adventure to flourish. Let's choose the forest. Holding hands, they took a step forward, stepping into the space, symbolizing stability. Cheers erupted from the producers and the audience. Kai felt an overwhelming sense of pride as Aiko squeezed his hand, sharing the joy of their choice. When the challenge ended, the producers congratulated the contestants for their choices, describing how it reflects their understanding of love as a partnership built on balance. As the group convened later that evening, Aiko beamed as she recounted their victory, drawing attention from other contestants, including Nalini. Kai watched as Nalini's eyes flickered with an unspoken tension, hanging heavy in the air. Those moments after the challenge overlooking the stars felt lighter, but somewhere in him, doubts stirred of how to navigate this budding triangular relationship. As the stars twinkled above them, echoing Aiko's warmth and Nalini's grace, Kai knew he was at a crossroads. Would he be able to reconcile these growing connections, or would the competition tear them apart? What was it that truly defined love in all its forms? The questions weighed on him as he gazed upward, feeling as though the universe was urging him to embrace the complexities of his heart. As the days passed, Kai found himself ensnared in a web of emotions, caught between Aiko and Nalini. Each encounter blurred the lines of friendship and affection, and while he cherished the bonds he was forming, he also felt the weight of competing feelings and expectations. The next challenge arrived, meant to test emotional depth among the contestants. The producer gathered them in an amphitheater filled with intergalactic spectators, his voice booming with excitement. Welcome back. Today's challenge is called the Truth Zone. Each of you must confront a truth about yourself and reveal it to your partner. The connection you can build through honesty could determine your future with the alien companions. Kai's heart drummed in his chest. He had spent days cultivating connections with both Aiko and Nalini, yet how could he reveal the turmoil stirring within him? He worried how this challenge might lay bare his mixed feelings. The pairs were restructured for this challenge, and as fate would have it, Kai was matched with Nalini. As they settled on a comfortable bench, the weight of the world seemed to slip onto Kai's shoulders. So, this is a big one, he said, trying to sound casual. Nalini nodded, her gaze unwavering yet gentle. We each have truths we hide. Go ahead, I'm ready to listen. Kai took a deep breath, knowing he needed to be honest. I've been juggling feelings between you and Aiko. I care about both of you, but it's hard to navigate, and I don't want to hurt anyone. Nalini's expression shifted to one of understanding. Honesty is the basis of connection. I appreciate your candor, Kai. I feel a similar pull toward you. You've brought light into my life and challenged me to think deeper. He felt a rush of relief, but uncertainty still lingered. But how do we balance this? The competition doesn't allow for confusion, does it? And I don't want to be the source of conflict between you and Aiko. Relationships can be challenging, but they also allow growth. Maybe our connection can exist alongside whatever you forge with Aiko. Perhaps we can navigate it together? Nalini suggested softly, her voice carrying confidence intertwined with vulnerability. Kai marveled at her composure. I admire how you tackle challenges. You're incredibly insightful. As they continued their conversation, Kai could feel a thread of affection weaving between them. However, a bittersweet ache nestled in his heart, a reminder of Aiko still lingering in his mind. After their candid discussion, the producer called them back to the center stage. He announced, "Now it's time for each pair to share their truths with the audience. Vulnerability will reveal your strength." When it was their turn, Kai stood alongside Nalini. "We've both confronted feelings that connect us, a balance of admiration and the complexities of emotion as we navigate this competition," he shared, feeling the warmth of her support beside him. As they spoke, Kai caught sight of Aiko, standing among the crowd with her arms crossed, uncharacteristically tense. Somewhere behind her smile, he felt a mixture of disappointment and concern. Her eyes held secrets that he wanted to unravel. But first, they had to finish the challenge. The audience responded positively, and Kai felt a momentary sense of accomplishment. Their honesty was well received, yet Aiko's unease lingered in his thoughts. As the challenge concluded and the contestants dispersed, Aiko approached Kai, her demeanor poised but her eyes revealing hurt. "I saw you with Nalini. You two clicked well during the truth session," she remarked, attempting a smile. "Yeah, she's insightful. We discussed our feelings. I want us all to navigate this honestly," he explained, feeling uncertain how to proceed without hurting her. Aiko's expression softened. "Kai, it's okay to have feelings. Just know I'm here too. I didn't want to feel jealous, and I hope you won't hold back with me." Kai nodded, realizing how much he valued her clarity. "I appreciate that, Aiko. You mean a lot to me, and I'm figuring it all out. Just remember to be honest, not only with us, but with yourself," she said, her tone gentle yet firm before walking away. That night, as Kai lay awake staring at the stars overhead, thoughts swirled through his mind. The connections he'd forged, the truths he uncovered, and the symbols of relationship dynamics intertwined with the alien environment surrounding him. How could he explore love amid the complexities without losing himself? As another dawn approached, he vowed to embrace the unfolding journey, no matter how tangled it became. The universe, vast and full of love, awaited him, ready to reveal its secrets. With the sun rising on a new day, anticipation filled the air as contestants gathered for the next challenge. Even among the excitement, Kai felt a tension brewing within him. His connections with Aiko and Nalini were vibrant yet complicated. He knew that navigating the emotional currents would be as crucial as the challenges awaiting them. The producer introduced the day's theme. "Today, we're delving into love languages. Each of you will have the chance to express and understand affection in a way that resonates through different cultures, both human and alien." Kai's heart raced. Love languages? Would this deepen connections, or only complicate them further? As they were guided through various activities tailored to help couples express their affection, he felt a sense of anticipation mixed with anxiety. The first challenge required contestants to craft a unique gift expressing appreciation for their partners. Kai turned to Aiko, who grinned at him, her eyes shining with enthusiasm. "Let's make something that symbolizes our bond," she encouraged. In a small creative space, surrounded by supplies from various planets, they brainstormed excitedly. "I think we could assemble a charm bracelet," Aiko suggested. "Each charm could represent a key moment or value we share." "Great idea," Kai replied, feeling invigorated by her energy. They worked together, selecting pieces to tell their story. A small crane for peace, a delicate star for their late-night talks, and even a fragment of bright fabric resembling a carnival for their shared challenges. As they pieced together their bracelet, he felt a current of connection flowing between them. Their laughter mingled, creating a delightful symphony amidst the chaos of the studio. It was a moment of tenderness, and Kai found himself drawn deeper into Aiko's warmth, forgetting about the uncertainties lingering in his heart. The subsequent challenge, words of affirmation, required pairs to share compliments or encouragements highlighting each other's strengths. This task brought a mix of nervous energy and excitement. As they stood side by side, Aiko spoke first. Kai, you inspire me. Your passion for exploration and your candid nature are something rare. You've brought so much joy into this competition. Kai felt his cheeks flush, and he could see Aiko's sincerity in her expressive eyes. Thank you, Aiko, he responded, feeling a swell of appreciation. You have this incredible strength that radiates warmth. Your spirit is magnetic, and I'm genuinely grateful to share this journey with you. As they continued exchanging affirmations, he felt a flutter in his chest, an acknowledgement of the emotions blossoming between them. But just as they felt their bond strengthening, the atmosphere shifted when they heard the call for the next challenge. With the sound of the producer's voice, the anticipation grew heavy. This challenge will require you to take risks, physically and emotionally. They were divided into teams, leading Kai to pair with Nalini once more. As they approached the obstacle course, he felt a pang of guilt knowing that Aiko was not his partner this time. However, when they stood before the course, Nalini gave him a reassuring smile. Let's show them how we can navigate obstacles together. As they tackled physical challenges that required trust, such as climbing to precarious heights or crossing swinging pendulums, Kai was struck by how seamlessly they communicated. Every leap, every twist, felt like an expression of their growing chemistry. The thrill of adrenaline compounded with their determination. But as they reached a particularly demanding section, where they had to swing across a chasm, Kai hesitated. The daunting drop below him felt overwhelming, and doubt surged through him, a wave of uncertainty that didn't stem from the course itself. Hey, you've got this. Just follow my lead. Trust yourself. Nalini cheered, her confidence echoing in the air. Feeling her belief in him sparked courage, Kai took a deep breath. Okay, let's do it. They swung across, holding onto each other's strength. The exhilaration of triumph mixed with the spark of connection, leaving them breathless. When they finished, cheers erupted from the audience, and Kai felt invigorated. Yet, amid this victory, he glanced over at Aiko, standing distant from the festivities. A rush of guilt intertwined with the triumph, and he realized the emotional cost of their competition was mounting. At dinner that evening, the mood shifted. Faint laughter echoed, but a somber undertone settled among the contestants. Aiko seemed drawn into her thoughts, missing the chance to engage. When their eyes met, a mixture of frustration and longing flashed between them. Kai's heart ached as he considered Aiko's earlier words about being honest. He knew he needed to address the tension, regardless of the complex dynamics around him. As they gathered that night under the stars, feeling the heaviness in the air, he approached Aiko. Hey, can we talk? She nodded, her gaze flickering at the ground. I just feel lost in this. I want you to be happy, but I don't want to lose you. His heart sank. Aiko, you mean so much to me. I'm trying to navigate these feelings, and honestly, I'm struggling too. It's overwhelming at times. Maybe it's time to be clear about where we stand, she said softly, her voice nearly a whisper. Kai knew he had to confront the truth before the tension escalated. I care about you deeply. I don't want to choose between you and Nalini. I wish there was a way to acknowledge and honor both our connections. Aiko turned to him, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I understand. We're in this together, after all. I just want you to be happy, even if that means setting boundaries. The words hung in the air, fraught with the weight of choice, a tangle of love, loyalty, and the hope for connection. Kai sensed a storm brewing, not just around him but within his heart. Let's figure it out together, Aiko, he said gently, desperate to untangle the threads of emotion. As the stars twinkled overhead, he felt the dawning realization that navigating love amid complexity would be the greatest challenge of all. With each passing day, the emotional landscape among the contestants grew increasingly intricate. The lines of friendship, rivalry, and affection blurred even further as the final challenges loomed on the horizon. In the days following their heartfelt conversation, Kai and Aiko grew closer, their connection deepened by their willingness to be vulnerable. Yet the presence of Nalini lingered, casting shadows of uncertainty over their blossoming romance. Kai felt the weight of multiple hearts intertwining, and though he cherished both women, he also grappled with the burden of decision. The producers informed them that the upcoming challenge would be their most pivotal yet, a culmination of everything they had learned about love and relationship dynamics. Welcome to the final challenge, the Hearts Unveiled. The stakes are high as you will each need to make a significant choice. Who will you move forward with? As he stood among his fellow contestants, Kai felt both exhilaration and dread. Would he have to choose between Aiko and Nalini? The thought gnawed at him, stirring a storm of conflicting emotions. The challenge began with a series of interpersonal tasks designed to test both physical and emotional chemistry. Pairs needed to work together to navigate complex mazes while sharing anecdotes, fears, and joys along the way. This was the ultimate test, a chance to further understand the depths of their relationships. Kai was initially paired with Nalini, and as they began their journey through the proposed maze, he couldn't help but reflect on their connection. They moved effortlessly, sharing stories and insights, and he enjoyed their rhythm. Her laughter and enthusiasm sparked a sense of elation within him. Remember the first obstacle course we faced? Nalini asked teasingly as they maneuvered past a dizzying wall of lights. We were so afraid. Now look at us. Kai chuckled, feeling the warmth of their camaraderie. Right, it's amazing how far we've come. Yet, as they pushed through the maze, Kai's mind drifted back to Aiko, the reassurance in her voice, the moments they had shared under the starlit sky. He admired Nalini's wisdom and culture, but Aiko's presence resonated with a familiarity that felt like home. The couple reached the final section of the maze, where a large heart-shaped gate awaited them, adorned with symbols representing connection and understanding. Whatever lies beyond, we face together, Nalini declared. They both pushed the gate open, revealing a serene garden filled with crystal-clear streams, soft glowing lights, and harmonious sounds. The setting felt ethereal, elements interweaving the essence of both their worlds. Yet in that moment, a wave of realization crashed over Kai. The perspective of needing to choose loomed imminently. Would their time together culminate at a crossroads? Before he could voice his thoughts, the producer's voice echoed through the garden. Congratulations! You've reached a pivotal point in your journey. Now, we will each share your feelings and thoughts about the other contestants with the audience. Open your heart. This is your moment. Kai gulped, nerves tightening in his chest. He stood before the audience, feeling the gaze of countless eyes upon him. With his heart racing, he began to speak. Nalini, you've taught me so much about strength and intuition. Your perspective inspires me, and I admire the way you support connection. The audience erupted in cheers, which stoked the warmth of their bond. But as he looked into Nalini's eyes, he felt the palpable tension of unspoken words hanging in the air. He inhaled deeply, weighing his next words carefully. I've also developed feelings for Aiko, a connection filled with understanding and warmth. We've shared moments etched in the fabric of our hearts. With that admission, he felt a thread of tension weave through the atmosphere. Aiko stood in the audience, her expression a mix of vulnerability and hope. Strategies of connection can overwhelm, but I want to be honest. I'm struggling because I care for both of you. Kai confessed openly, the weight of honesty cascading from him. I don't want to rush into a choice without exploring this. Silence filled the garden briefly before the audience erupted in understanding applause. Kai looked around, noticing others reflecting on their own journeys and shared experiences. The challenge proceeded, and now it was Aiko's turn to express her feelings. As she approached the stage, confidence shone in her eyes. Kai, I see the way you connect with everyone here. It's beautiful. I also have feelings for you, but I respect your current journey with Nalini and the challenges we face in this competition. Thank you for understanding and for believing in me, Kai replied truthfully, his heart swelling with gratitude. The dynamics had shifted, an awakening of sorts. Each contestant began to share heartfelt stories of their respective journeys, sensing the growing acceptance of love, regardless of its shape. As the evening wore on, the atmosphere felt charged with a sense of community, trust, and mutual respect. Kai moved between them, sharing moments of laughter that had mingled between universes. At one point, Nalini approached Aiko. "I appreciate your grace with Kai. It's admirable. He means a lot to both of us, and I think we can explore this together." Aiko smiled, feeling a wave of warmth wash over her. "Exactly. Whatever happens, I think our connections can enrich one another." With the final challenge behind them, and their hearts bared to the universe, the contestants gathered beneath the stars. Under the cosmos, they forged a unique bond, an understanding that while love can be complicated, it could also be profoundly rewarding. As Kai gazed up at the twinkling stars, he realized that love wasn't a game to win, but a journey to share. He couldn't predict what would happen next, but he was ready to embrace whatever lay ahead together. With the final challenge behind them, Kai felt a renewed sense of clarity. The openness shared among the contestants forged connections that transcended their individual journeys, illustrating the power of understanding and love in all its forms. In the days that followed, contestants were immersed in heartfelt dialogues. Kai, Aiko, and Nalini found themselves in a deeper exploration of their relationships, discussing boundaries, understanding, and how they might carve a place for all their affections in this unique dynamic. Underneath the starry skies, they spent evenings talking about their feelings, learning about one another's cultures, and nurturing their bonds through shared experiences. Moments of laughter mingled with vulnerable disclosures, leading them to examine connections, both romantic and platonic. The producers announced that they would hold a final ceremony to celebrate their journey, an evening to solidify their relationships and define their futures. Each contestant would take the stage to reveal their chosen partner or partners. On the night of the ceremony, tension hung in the air, alive with excitement. Dressed in elegant attire representing their respective cultures, the contestants stood before an audience eager to witness the culmination of their emotional journeys. As the spotlight shone on him, Kai stepped forward. His heart raced, but he felt an overwhelming sense of calm wash over him. "Throughout this experience, I've learned that love doesn't fit into any singular mold. It can be profound, unpredictable, and beautiful." He glanced at Aiko and Nalini, their eyes filled with expectation. "Aiko, you've challenged me to embrace my vulnerability and warmth, creating an anchor for my heart. Nalini, you've inspired me with your wisdom and strength, urging me to see the vastness of our connections." The audience murmured, and producers watched intently. "I choose to honor both of these incredible women," Kai continued. "Love can exist in its many forms, and I want to explore that with you both, to navigate this journey together." As the audience erupted in applause, Aiko and Nalini exchanged glances, their expressions shifting from surprise to understanding and acceptance. After Kai's announcement, Aiko stepped forward, her demeanor radiant. "My path with Kai is filled with compassion and laughter, and I fully embrace the notion of navigating this exploration together." Nalini followed, her voice steady and sincere. "I support this journey as well. Love knows no limits, and our bond will only strengthen as we embrace our connections." In that moment, the three united in a circle of camaraderie, a profound expression of love that transcended competition, culture, and even the stars. They felt the backing of their fellow contestants and the audience, a reminder that the barriers that commonly separated love were beginning to dissolve. As the ceremony concluded, the contestants celebrated, toasting to their diverse connections, a heartfelt gathering of strength and acceptance. The air swirled with shared joy, laughter, and the promise of new beginnings. In the days that followed, as they embraced this unconventional relationship, Kai felt a sense of freedom ignite within him. The galaxies faded into the background, replaced by the fiery connections among them. With Aiko and Nalini by his side, he was prepared to explore the uncharted territories of love, embracing a journey amid quirks, laughter, and profound understanding. Together, they set forth into the universe, hand in hand, ready to face the unknown as a deep bond fit for the stars. As they ventured into their new life, Kai looked up at the endless expanse of the cosmos, understanding that love, in its truest form, would always